My favorite feature of the Desmos graphing calculator is how you just use it to graph. Being an applied math teacher, the tool of choice, even in today's classroom, is the Texas Instruments graphing calculator. It's a marvelous tool, but it's certainly showing its age. And if we want to solve a system of linear equations, for example, what you'd have to do on the graphing calculator is you'd have to solve each equation for y. You'd have that limitation set out for you. So students would have to do algebra before they'd even get going. What I like about Desmos is you can type in equations just as they are. And once you've typed in those equations, instead of having to go to a different screen to type in a window, which you still have the option to do, but even then you're not going to a different screen, you're just pressing the wrench to go ahead and enter in your values. What you can do is you can either, if you're at a computer, you can spin the mouse wheel down and it zooms out, or spin the mouse wheel up and it zooms in. You can click and drag with the mouse to move to the graph in any direction you want to go in. And if you are using a smartphone or a tablet, then to zoom out, you would take your finger and your thumb and you would move towards one another on the screen. And if you want to zoom in, then you would go ahead and move your finger and thumb apart from one another. And just the ability to use Desmos on all those platforms, on a tablet, on a phone, on a computer, makes Desmos very attractive. Now, in order to figure out the intersection point to this linear system and thus solve the system, we can see visually that we're going to have to move down and to the right. And again, we can just click and drag the graph, and we can zoom out, zoom out, zoom out until we see that point of intersection. And then instead of having to go to a separate screen and pick a command, you just have to click on the key point in question. You have to click on the point or press the point if you're using a tablet or smartphone, and it gives you the point of intersection of those two lines. Once again, all of this just makes it easier for the students. It's more intuitive for the students to use. They don't have to get bogged down by a series of commands or screens or things that they have to do in order to find out their answer. All they need to do is click, grab, pinch, move, and everything is on one screen. And even if they're typing in an equation, it's still the same screen. It's just the screen gets slightly smaller while they enter in their equations. That's why I love Desmos.